with that gang gang. West Coast with that gang gang. Global with that gang gang. You know we don't play gang gang. East Coast with that gang gang. West Coast with that gang gang. Global with that gang gang. You know we don't play gang gang. East Coast with that gang gang. West Coast with that gang gang. Global with that gang gang. Yeah, you know we don't play gang gang. I'm blessed, I never said I didn't struggle. I finesse, I never said I didn't hustle. These niggas talk so loud, the way I move is subtle. I'm the ocean, but these niggas just a puddle. Ay, oh, I swear I'm delusional. These niggas, they using me. They want my energy, ain't nothing new, this is usual. These figures confusing me. What's gotten into me? They say I'm using their cubicles. Clipping KD like some cuticles. None of this shit is excusable. Don't need a muse when I'm musical. Ay, whoa, I'm tired of saying for truth when nobody's doing it. Yeah. They're controlling the youth. Agenda of fusing them, nigga. We losing them. Matter of fact, we just abusing them. That's a fact. We try to roll with a ballad act. Fucking low key with a Tesseract. They throwing smoke when they got that. Get the fuck up out your little bubble. They wanna ask how much it costs, I said it double. Gorilla beer, these niggas only rockin' stubble. The realest nigga make these bitches start to stumble. Aye, East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, Global with that gang gang, you know we don't like gang gang. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang.
Swole Normuth.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing, testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 1800 and Diez of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleevescast, and Slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex. We all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and yo hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swole, yo, back with another episode. And today's episode of the Mancast is sponsored by Everest and K2 Flexin' on all you beaches.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
Yes, 'tis the Catalina wine mixer. 'Tis episode 1810. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are live on YouTube on the Daily Swole channel, but of course, you can also catch the live stream, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Make sure y'all is subscribed. Let's get some gorillas. What are you smashing today? Drop that in the comments down below. We do have a nut to bust in just a moment, so we're going to get into that little sexy beach in just a few. But first, a couple announcements. Make sure you are also checking out. It ends this Sunday. Make sure you don't miss out on the Summer Swole special. Head on over to swolenormousx.com/summerswole for a chance to win. Not for a chance to win, but a chance to join the Swole fam. A chance to join the Swole fam with big old savings, 3-month and annual options. Check it out, swolenormousx.com/summerswole. We got a couple announcements. Let's see what we got for them, fam.
What's in the box?
Remember, Swole fam, we talked about this yesterday. Episode 16 Hundo and Schnein was our weekly accountability meeting, so only members. So if you're not a member, you got to go join. Again, you can check out the Summer Swole special in the show notes and in the description down below. But we talked about a couple things that were coming up in the near future. And we got the 5 years of Swole coming up on May 8th, 2021. So fam, May 8th, 2021 is going to be our 5 years of Swole party. And we're taking submissions for clips. Now, I mentioned yesterday that I was going to be posting that, and I'll probably be doing that either tonight or tomorrow. I didn't get a chance to do it yesterday, but I'll be posting up the inside the private Facebook group, but also you can send us an email to team@swolenormous.com with your timestamps and where you watch the video or the audio. So if you listen on podcast or you watch on YouTube, just make sure you specify where you're watching the video and the audio, because the timestamp will be different. And you can send us the timestamps from your favorite episodes over the past 1800 and whatever it's going to be, 30 by the time we do the 5 years. And we're going to put a little mashup together. And the best clip, or the one that we all vote for during the live stream, will win the Swole card, which will be our 5-year anniversary card. So it's going to be pretty awesome. Pretty awesome, 5 years straight. So I will be posting that up. And of course, I'll be Swole texting all of you that are members and let you know how you can submit your timestamps. It'll be fun. And it'll allow you to submit your favorite parts of your favorite episodes, because most of you have a favorite episode, maybe one that you started with, you remember your first episode. I don't know. If you all remember, if you have one episode that stands out to you, drop that in the comments down below. But it allows you to go back and check out some of the archives and see what you want to share, and for a chance to win the epic 5-year anniversary card, which we'll be giving away at the end of that episode. Now, in the Balls Deep portion of today's Mancast, we got to go over some awesome responses. We're going to go super fucking deep today because I posted, or I did post, I uploaded a brand new Swolenormous audio experience. So if you're watching, you can see the picture. These are all the podcasts that we have available by the Swolenormous Media Goliath, Papa Swolio, and the fam. We got the Daily Swole, of course, but the Swolenormous audio experience dropped a new episode today. And I sent out a Swole text because I wanted you all to give me some feedback. I want to know what the Swole fam was thinking about that. So we're going to talk about that towards the end of today's episode when we go balls deep, because it's a very important topic. And I want to go into that a little bit deeper and spend some more time on it. So make sure that if you haven't yet subscribed to the Swolenormous audio experience, you do so. And also that you make sure you send in a Swole text and let me know what you thought of that if you didn't get a chance to go listen or get a chance to respond. And of course, we got some other channels. Indeed, we got a new Forging Pillars that should be dropping tomorrow, so make sure you stay tuned on the Swolenormous channel. And of course, you could check out Swolenormous Pro, the Clips channel, as well as the Papa Swolio channel. We got 5 for you on YouTube, so if you're a YouTube slut, you can dip your tip into that. We got a couple... Look at this thumbnail. We got a new clip today on the Swolenormous channel. I'm addicted to sugar, how to get rid of sugar cravings. And the thumbnail is this chick that's like literally snorting donuts. So that's an awesome thumbnail. So you can check that out. And right here on the Daily Swole channel, brand new clip, we got one. Is my diet the same as Mama Swolio's? That's right. Do we eat the same? Now, a lot of you kind of heard a little bit about this when we had the private episodes with Mama Swolio. So we talked a little bit about that. But of course, no, our nutrition is not exactly the same. And just like your nutrition won't necessarily be exactly the same as your significant other, your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, it might be very similar. There could be a lot of similar themes, but you still have to individualize, and that's very important. All right, so check out all of those delicious new pieces of content. But for now, let's bust this beach wide open. Drop a comment. What did you smash? What did you smash today? And also drop some unicorns and some other good juicy juice in the comments down below. Let's bust this beach wide open. Cover your nips for the busting of the nut. And put some fucking respect on it. Yes, Falcon. Yes. That's a good boy. Good boy. Oh, Leo. As if any of us had any doubt that Leo was going to have, I guess, I could have guessed that Leo was going to have something in his hand. I could have guessed. It wasn't that much of a long shot, I guess, after all. All right. Hashtag Tainty Magooch. It is Tainty Tuesday, and you know the deal, fam. Don't be a beesh. Don't be a boosh, or you will very likely end up like Tainty Magooch. So drop some Tainty Magooch. I'll accept a hashtag Tainty Tuesday, but we really want to get some Tainty Magooch. So if you want this card, make sure you're dropping that Tainty Magooch in the comments down below. And right now, we are going to get into that tip. I like it, Anna. Welcome to the show. Bren, we got Ren, Jennifer, Rihanna, Peaceful Bandit, Josh pinching his nips. Nicely done, my man. Nicely done. Give a little twist there too and a little tug. Feels so good. And Cerny, we got Michelle, Lexi's daughter, Ricardo. Ricardo. We all like some Ricardo. I like it.
Yow.
My name is Ricardo. Very fancy. All right, fam, drop that hashtag in the comments down below. Let's get into the tip today. It is time. It is time for the tip. Indeed. Babe, just an inch, just an inch.
Yeah.
It's cold outside. It is cold. It is a little chilly outside. It was raining a lot today. Hopefully the sun will come out tomorrow and grace my nips because it was a little bit it was lacking today. It was definitely lacking. And it was raining, but it was actually kind of loosened up a little bit. So it wasn't raining all day. So I was outside most of the day, but it was cloudy. It was cloudy. It was overcast. It wasn't ideal nip weather, but I mean, it was good. It was honestly, it was good nip weather, but I mean, come on, could have had a little bit more sun, but you know, we'll get there. All right, let's get into some Swole Fam posts and we'll just jump right into this. Our first one of the day, drumroll fam.
What's in the box?
This one is from CJ, and CJ writes, let's see. Hey fam, I know there are some chefs in this group, and I was wondering if any of you have done or are currently doing intermittent fasting. It was recommended to me by my trainer, and I am considering it. I am just having trouble figuring out my eating window. I usually work from 7 or 8 a.m. until 5 p.m., sometimes later, but then I go straight to the gym from work. I don't mind working out fasted, but I wouldn't be able to eat until 8 p.m., and that's usually the end of an eating window. Perhaps I'm just overcomplicating it. Tips/advice from others doing intermittent fasting who aren't chefs is appreciated. So thank you for sharing, CJ. I'm surprised we're still having this conversation. I mean, intermittent fasting is just not stuffing your face all day. It's just skipping breakfast and all of a sudden you're intermittent fasting. It's not magical. You're just eating your calories in a less period of time. So yeah, it's totally fine. It's fundamental eating. It's the way we're supposed to be eating. We're not supposed to have food accessible all day long in our face on every corner at every turn. So you're supposed to be, it's not even intermittent fasting. It's called being a fucking human. You're not supposed to be stuffing face all the time. So, you know, working out fasted is fine, but eating at 8 p.m., you're missing the point here, CJ. You know, when you say here, you said, I won't normally be able to eat until 8 p.m. That's usually the end of an eating window. No, you're missing the point. An eating window is what you set. When you look online and it says, oh, in 18:06, you eat from 2 to 8 p.m., that's arbitrary. Make it from 3 to 9. Make it from 6 to 10. That eating window is very arbitrary. Now, naturally, it's better to be eating earlier than the sun going down. It's usually more stressful or more strain on your body eating tons of sugar or carbs late at night. But it's just a matter of when you're able to eat. Like, it's totally fine. You can make the eating window later. It's totally fine. So that's what you set. So fundamentally, you can restrict your eating window and you can make that in the morning. You can intermittent fast and eat at 8 a.m. You could eat from 8 to 2 and then don't eat the rest of the day until the next morning. You can intermittent fast and be eating first thing in the morning. That's just, it's very arbitrary where your intermittent fasting is. Now there's definitely an ideal for each person, but it depends on what's right for you. So you got to experiment and play around with it. But yeah, you can make it later. Jared, what's up, fam? I don't get on Facebook hardly at all anymore, but in lieu of recent events, I figured it'd be best to reach out for some extra support during these trying times. A month ago, my family had to put our family dog down, and it was one of the hardest things I have ever had to go through in my life. What I didn't realize was the catalyst this event would be. Fast forward to last Tuesday, and my stepfather figure left us due to a broken hip. Then 2 days later, my girlfriend and I decided to part ways and live our separate lives. All this to say, what hasn't ceased throughout this past month is my health habits and routines. Now more than ever, the discipline and consistency that I have been practicing have been more paramount than ever when it comes to my training, nutrition, recovery, and most importantly, meditation. I will admit, for as long as I have been a member of the Swole fam, I haven't posted as often as I would like to. Being a full-time college student with 2 part-time jobs and playing drums in a band, I spend much of the day doing instead of posting. However, I think I want to start making this a regular part of my routine in order to get to know all of you better and to have just a little extra support and fortify pillar number 1, community. Hope everyone continues to crush it and has a swole-tastic day. That is what I'm fucking talking about, Jared. What an awesome post. Fuck yeah, man. Lock it in. Lock it in. That's a Swole card right there. Lock it in. That's a contender. That's a contender. Jared, you are killing it. That is awesome. And I'm so sorry to hear that with all the stuff that's going on. But we've had a couple posts like that from Swole fan members recently. When shit gets really tough, if you focus on the things that you can control, you can't control what, you can't control nature with your pets. You can't control other people's nutrition. You can't control other people's health. All you can do is handle your internal environment and do the best that you can and stay focused. And the beautiful thing about the 7 pillars is even in trying times, you can still execute on all of those to an extent. You can do the best that you can. Those are all things that you can control, which means you have choices that you can make when you're in those situations, whether they're good or bad, easy or tough, challenging. The 7 pillars, there's always a degree that you can focus on those. And you might be in a situation where you don't have all the food that you would normally eat available, but you can make better choices. And your training, you can modify, you can adjust, do stuff without weights. You can do yoga without equipment. You can drink more water. You can get sleep. You can focus on things. You can be present. You can practice your brain gains. There's always an opportunity to take control of those pillars and do the best that you can. So amazing. Fucking amazing. Let's get some more gorillas there too. Indeed. Very inspiring. Very excellent post. Thank you, Jared. Lisa D signed up today. Welcome to the Swole fam. Let's drop some biceps and gorillas. Welcome, Lisa. Everyone say welcome, Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Welcome to the fam. All right. I'm a 42-year-old lawyer who has always been unhealthy. 2 years ago, I started running and didn't stop. Now I run half marathons on Saturdays, and I'm marathon training with my eyes on an Ironman by age 45. I struggle with nutrition and I need help with strength training and balance in my life. I'm glad to be here. I feel like we might have read that yesterday, but it's still awesome. Welcome to the fam, Lisa. And I feel sometimes I don't remove certain posts we've read already, so it might be a double, but there's so many of these amazing posts and so many of these new members to the fam or success stories. A lot of them are just in a good way. In a good way, a lot of them just sound similar, and I'm not sure if I read it before, but either way, it's fucking awesome. So if it is a double welcome, welcome again. All right, Michelle. Oh, there we go. Not bad. Not bad. Oh.
How dare you?
Come on, man.
Sorry, I had to. I'm not going to hold it in. All right, from the private Swole fam Discord, this one is from Michelle. All right, fam, your resident rocket nerd is checking in. After a setback in training with my shoulder muscle, I am back. I focused on my nutrition and mobility the past few weeks, and I feel amazing. Just got back into the kettlebell. I missed my baby. Just a reminder to anyone who's in recovery mode, it's not an excuse to slack off. Execute your 7 pillars every day. A year ago, an injury would have had me on the couch, stuffing my face and feeling sorry for myself. Never again. You all have kept me going, and I can't wait to see the gains we make this year. Love you, Papa and fam. Hashtag SwoleFam, 7 pillars. Hashtag accountability. I added that fucking part. This is super nice. This is super sweet. Super juicy. Super fucking juicy. Man, what great post. Hey, it's one from Ricardo.
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown. I amuse you.
We got like Inception Ricardo here. We got Ricardo on the post. We got Ricardo in the comments. I like the name Ricardo. It just rolls off the tongue. All right. All of a sudden, I just turned into Zorro. Antonio Banderas. I just like to say the name Ricardo. All right, all right, fam, time to flex. I'm amped. Let's get some more gorillas. It's starting to kick in. We're starting to warm up a little bit.
He's heating up.
It's getting a little hot in here. All right, fam, time to flex. Some of you might remember me posting about my daughter's high cholesterol about 2 weeks ago. I fucking do. I do actually remember that. Well, today I was repeating my 90-day dash days I was repeating my 90-day dash days total body awareness while she had her gym video for school, which is usually just moving and dancing. Well, today she asked if she could work out with me instead of her video. I was starting my second set of the 90-90 rotation and said, sure. So we finished out the last few exercises, me doing the full reps and her doing about 8 reps for 2 sets. I was like, awesome, good job, and moved on to kettlebell swollen 7 for an extra push. She then grabs my 8-pound dumbbell and started to do them with me. It gets better though. Halfway through, she puts the 8 down and grabs the 15-pound dumbbell and keeps going. When we were finished, she said that was way more fun than my video and asked if we could do it again tomorrow. Of course, I said yes, and currently couldn't be prouder as a parent. Honestly, I'm tearing up typing this and couldn't be more grateful for the community here in the Swole fam. Thank you, fam and Papa, for the continued support and always there to guide me. Love you guys. As always, you have my permission to use my photos. This is the Swole fam hashtag gauntlet. This is what should be happening. Hashtag go to the fucking gym. Hashtag fuck average. Swole fam community consistency 7 pillars. Tainty Magooch and Tainty Tuesday. That's fucking great. It sounds like you might have, Ricardo, sounds like you might have uncorked. Sounds like you might have created a monster. You might have created a monster with this shit. You might have absolutely created a fucking monster. Sounds like you, the cat's out of the bag. Sounds like you got a little mini Swolio going on down there. So that's fucking awesome. I'm so glad to hear it. That's the best. That's why we got the kids yoga. It's great when the training is fun, when you're doing these balance exercises and it's a challenge. And what's really great about kids is kids are really competitive with themselves and they want to do what adults do. They want to do what mommy and daddy do. They want to emulate you guys. You know, they want to do it. And they get frustrated when they don't, and they really want to get it done. And the great part about having lighter dumbbells around and having them progress is they can see, hey, if I do this for a while, I can get better. And all of a sudden I'm not as unstable anymore. I'm a little bit stronger today. It's much more fascinating because kids are used to, and they're just moldable. They're ready to absorb new information. And it's great to get them started young. And anyone that's wondering, oh my God, if you have a kid, like, are they able to lift weights? Fuck yes. Kids can lift weights. If they can lift a plate of food, they can lift 2-pound dumbbells or 5-pound dumbbells. Unless you're crushing your children to real like muscular fatigue and you're really overloading them a lot, you're not going to have bone issues and growth issues. I mean, kids climb and jump and run and do shit all the time. Basic fundamental weights, a few reps, like you're not crushing and spotting them and they're not doing maxes. You're not doing 5 sets, heavy volume workouts. It's perfectly fine for kids. So anyway, that's fucking awesome. Let's get into another post here. We got one from Rosie B inside the Discord. Hi, Papa and the fam. Hi, Rosie.
What's in the box?
What you got for us, Rosie B? I just signed up about a week and a half ago and I'm pretty pumped. I'm 42 years old, 5 foot flat, and at my heaviest around 159 pounds. I'm currently 133. I'm good. So you lost 26 pounds. Pant size went from a size 10 to 12 around to a 4 to 6. I still have more to lose. And I think this is just what I need. That said, I'm feeling good and really proud of myself, as you should be. I started my elimination diet and 90-day dash last week and really enjoying it so far. I'm looking forward to the program and seeing everyone else's progress as well. Keep killing it all. What is going on? Swole fans killing it. Has anyone noticed that the posts have just been super ridiculous crush mode? The Swole fam has been in absolutely legitimate super crush mode the past few weeks. I feel like ever since we started the summer Swole, everything's just been fucking on. Everyone's been killing it. Been killing it, fam. All right, that's all we got for fucking fantastic. Epic. Really juicy, really solid. All right, take a moment and hit that like button. Drop a comment down below. What'd you smash today? Of course, we are live on the Daily Swole channel on YouTube. Everyone, make sure you subscribe. If you're not yet subscribed, drop some biceps and gorillas in the comments below. Pinch your nips, pound your chest a little bit. And of course, drop that hashtag Tainty Magooch. It is Tainty Tuesday after all. Don't be a beesh, don't be a boosh, or you'll end up like Tainty Magooch. And of course, catch the podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that good shit. Y'all. Very nice. We got some questions. So let's take a couple questions and then we're going to get into some responses from that Swolenormous audio experience episode I dropped today. Those of you that are watching live, how many of you caught today's Swolenormous audio experience? How many of you watched that and responded? I got a couple responses to it. We'll probably read and go into some more tomorrow. But make sure that you are checking out you're staying plugged into your text, and make sure that you are, you're following along and definitely responding back, especially when prompted to, because I definitely want your feedback. So we'll get into that in just a second, but we'll take some questions. So if you do have a question, drop in the comments below, hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. I agree, Booger Bubble, but it's one thing coming from me. It's one thing coming from me. She writes, if you're not subscribed, what are you doing with your life? I agree. Boom shakalaka! Fucking agree. Dropping bombs from downtown. Appreciate that, BB. Oh my God. Anyway, so let's get into a couple questions. If you have them, drop in the comments below, hashtag Ask Papa Swolio, and we'll get into that episode and kind of talk a little bit about it in just a second when we go a little bit deeper. All right, so what do we got in the box here?
What's in the box?
This one's from I'm Russ, and you're not. Or, oh, wait, you're not. That would be awkward because you did the you're wrong. You forgot the E. I'm Russ, and you are not. So I'm assuming you put the U and then the R was supposed to be R. Now I get it. All right. I get it. I get it. All right. So I am Russ and you are not. No argument there. Thank you for the reminder. I appreciate that. Just in case I forgot that I wasn't Russ, I appreciate the heads up. Change my diet, went keto. Hit goal weight. How do I now transition into building muscle now? I've heard it's difficult on keto. It's really easy to transition. Just say you're yoked. All you got to do is say that you're swole now. You don't have to actually be swole. You can just identify as swole. So you're all good. You got it. You got it.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
Okay. So went keto, goal weight. How do I transition to building muscle? Well, building muscle is not ideal on keto. So I'm glad you lost the weight, but you're going to have to start eating carbohydrates. You're going to start to need, to transition into like your training protocol. So bulking or building muscle on keto is just personally not ideal. I don't personally recommend it. Fat adapted is fine, but being completely in ketosis all the time is going to be hard to build muscle just from personal experience. But, when you are, it also depends on how much fat you have to lose. So you can build muscle on keto, especially if you have extra body fat, extra energy on your body. You can definitely do it. Just personally, I didn't feel like my performance was the same as when I was eating some carbohydrates. So building muscle is no magic. It's nothing magic. It takes brutal, hard, consistent training. And of course, you're going to need to be in a slight caloric surplus. But as long as your food quality is the same, if you're focusing on food quality, you can just sprinkle in a little bit more carbohydrates. I prefer sweet potatoes and things like that. Honey, dates, these are great things that you can implement. Some, berries, fruit is great too as well. So if you're not concerned, it depends on how much muscle you're trying to build, what your actual physique is and where you're trying to go. Because this is only one aspect. There's so many different facets to building muscle. It depends on what your actual long-term goals are. Like some people are trying to get just absolutely massive. They want to get big, 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 big. Some people, their thought of getting big and building muscle is just looking a little bit bigger than where they are right now. Most people don't really have a concept of how much they need to build because, a little bit of muscle goes a long way. It makes a big difference. So it depends on all these other little factors. But there's no real transition. Like you could be losing weight. You could have been building some muscle if you had a lot of fat to lose, and you could still build muscle on keto. Just in my experience and from all the Swole fan members, most people, it's not going to be ideal to be in ketosis for endurance exercise, but for explosive activity and short-term duration, high intensity, I just don't personally prefer it. Just because of the efficiency of accessing glycogen is just much more efficient when you're having some more carbohydrates in your nutrition. That's my take on it. So I like fat adapted. I'm not a fan of ketosis, on a regular basis. I like some carbs. I like them big. I like them plumpy. plumpy or chunky? I like them big and chunky, like Madagascar. Just like Tessie. I like her chunky. Look at that chunky little monkey. Look at your chunky biche. Look at that sexy biche. Looking nice. Nice old digital zoom there. Fucking fire. All right. Hashtag Tainty Magooch for a chance to win today's Swole card. What we got here? And thank you, Kay. Posts have been fire lately. Not a Tainty Magooch in sight. Fuck no. All right. Rihanna. Papa Swole, how do I up my sleep quality if I work nights? Oh, God.
You're not making this easy on me, boy.
That's a tough one. That's so tough. How do you improve your sleep quality? So you're working all night. Is this consistent or is it nursing? Do you do it like 3 nights a week? It's so hard because fundamentally your body is just jacked up from doing that period. But make sure your room is cool and make sure that you block out everything. Blackout. I would do something. It's just, you have to shift your evening routine to kind of get like shut down for when you're going to sleep during the day, but you need to mimic nighttime. When you're doing that, it's gonna be really hard to sleep when the lights are on or there's bright sun coming in. So I would recommend blackout curtains. That's all that we do. Like when you go to sleep at night, it should be a tomb. You shouldn't be able to see your hand in front of your face. It should be dark, and cold. That's my preference. And most people would agree. I think it's just very evolutionary. It's like a dark, cold cave. You're protected. You're protected if you're in the dark. Like if you're in a shelter where it's dark and it's cold, that's where you would be the most safe if you were in the wilderness, unless a bear was in there, and then it wouldn't be such a good idea. But that's what the kind of situation you would be in if you built shelter. So it's kind of makes sense that the human body would react best to that, to rest for the night. But I would also recommend something like what I talk about a lot, the supplement Calm for magnesium. That can help with sleep. That can help relax the body. Meditation, yoga, a good shutdown session. Not eating right before you go to sleep in terms of getting to sleep easier, because it's fundamentally going to be challenging because you're inverted with your schedule. So I'll scroll down and see if I can find some follow-up content on that, but you all can drop your thoughts. Ricardo, tomorrow is primer mobility for me. Would Swollen 7 be a good mix with it? Sure. You can do the primer. You could do your mobility from the 90-day dash first. You can do Swollen 7. You could string together a couple Swollen 7 mobilities. Like that's what they're for. So you can always string a couple of those together or do them afterwards. So yeah, no doubt. Absolutely. You're already on it. Ricardo, you're already on it. That's exactly how you can manipulate and customize and tweak and adjust. So you're dead on. Good shit. Good stuff. Let's see. Let me see here. Smokey, not a question, but I looked at AMC's theaters. Chicken tenders. Oh my fucking God. 14 grams of trans fat in four chicken tenders. Oh. Did you go to a movie theater or were you looking online? AMC theaters, chicken tenders. If you're eating meat from a movie theater, holy shit.
I didn't know they stacked shit that high.
Yeah, don't eat that. Don't eat food at a movie theater. Like don't eat a meal at a movie theater. That's just generally good advice. Don't eat the hot dogs off that little spinning rack at 7-Eleven. Like don't do that either. That's also good advice. Vic Gomez Alexander. Papa Swolio, I have certain days where I'm so pumped to work out, then halfway through, I just lose all motivation. I take pre-workout and have a pre-workout snack.
Matt Damon.
I'm just kidding. There's no question there. I can assume the question. This is from TikTok. You take a pre-workout. Pre-workout doesn't give you motivation. A pre-workout will give you a stimulant and overstimulate you, by the way, and all these other, who knows what the fuck they put in half of those things, and a pre-workout snack. So you just keep going. You're so pumped to work out, then halfway through, I just lose all motivation. You're probably not doing shit properly. You're training too long. You're not focused enough. Are you on your phone? Are you texting half the time? You don't have a plan. If you just go in and you're not like, what are you doing? Do you go in with a fucking plan? You might have to write down the shit that you're going to do before you go in there, and you go in and fucking check that shit off your list. Yeah, fucking get it done. What is this bullshit? Get it done, bro. Get it done. Get it done, Vic. You got this shit. Let's see. We got another one here. Gabriel Medina G. Gabriel M. Edina G. Gabriel Medinag. Medinag? Gabriel Medina G. What's up, G? Papa Swolio, can a male gain muscle naturally if he is over 30? Well, god damn it, I sure fucking hope so. I'm over 30. Yes, you can. Absolutely. Absolutely. Over 30, that's nothing. That's nothing. I've been over 30 for 7 years. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, testosterone will go down over time, but if you're eating properly and you're taking care of your 7 pillars, you're not going to have really issues for need. You're not going to need, supplemental or hormone replacement maybe until like your early mid 40s, late 40s, depending on what you want to do it. I've talked about that. There's nothing wrong with doing HRT if it's right for you, but yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah. Over 30 is nothing. Over 30 is nothing. I'm fucking getting yoked. I'm training like a beast every day. Hell yeah. Abso-fucking-lutely. Good question, but fuck you for asking and thinking that. Go get your pump on, Gabriel. God damn it. Emedrano. Imdrano. Medrano 21. Oh, it's Medrano. Or it's Imedra no 21. Your name's Dr. Ano. Dr. Ano. Okay. I'm trying to figure it out. Trying to hack this, trying to fix this Rubik's Cube of a screen name. I'm going to go with Medrano 21. Sticking to it. I do like Drano. I also like Dr. Ano. Or Año, maybe. Dr. Año 21. What do you do besides podcasts? I appreciate it. I love it when that's the best thing. I love it when people think like, hey, this guy just does podcasts and does TikToks. What do you do for a living? I am the CEO of making sick fucking gains. Yow. I am the CEO of Swolenormous and the Swole fam. The Swole fam is the only fam. Fucking Swolenormous X baby. I do a lot of things. I eat a lot of beef. I make a lot of gains. Post a lot of content. I swole a lot of fam. And that's what we do. So thank you. Thank you for asking. But yeah, I'm not a YouTuber. Not a YouTuber. Not a YouTuber. Even though I got 5 YouTube channels, I'm not a YouTuber. I ain't. That's why I don't conform like all the other YouTubers. I have YouTube channels, but I ain't no YouTuber. Biatch. I'm a TikToker.
Matt Damon.
All right, let's take another one from BXVA. Didn't come out like I wanted to. All right, Papa Solio, please talk about stim-free pre-workout. I work out late and I want to get a sick pump. Talk about it. Buy it. Go get you some. Honestly, if you're going to take a pre-workout, I think it should be stim-free. And there's many good ones out there. There's ones from, There's ones from like other companies on Amazon you get, like Muscle Feast. There's Genius brand. There's pre-workouts that don't have stimulants. In other words, you don't have caffeine in them. Now, that being said, some are definitely better than others. A lot of these active ingredients, when you're talking about beta-alanine, citrulline malate, arginine, or any of these basic fundamental nitric NO boosters and stuff, those things kind of work, sometimes work, might work, depends on the purity, the quality, the quantity. A lot of times they're underdosed. So, I mean, you could either buy these things independently, individually, weigh them out and take them. But I personally, I don't want anything with caffeine in them. So you can definitely find ones, but you're going to find some that have maybe stevia. If you have issues with stevia, you might find some stim-free pre-workouts that have like artificial sweeteners in them that you might want to avoid. It's really up to you, but I recommend either making it yourself, because a lot of these the stuff like citrulline malate, it's harmless. I used to take that stuff for years and I had any problems. So those things are not, they might work. It depends. A lot of the stuff I think is just truly placebo effect. I really do feel like a lot of the stuff is placebo effect. I mean, if you put 300 milligrams of caffeine, you're going to fucking get a rush. You know what I mean? You're going to get a fucking rush. And yeah, there's a lot of stim-free pre-workouts. And I would actually recommend that. Like if one of the best ways to go about it is either make your own or take one stim-free and then have a cup of coffee with it. You know, you drink that and have a cup of coffee. It's warm, it's hot, gets in your system, gets you lubricated, gives you a little boost. You don't need to be injecting or just taking caffeine anhydrous concentrate amounts. Some of these things have 300, even 400 milligrams of caffeine plus other stimulants in them. So just gotta be careful. All right. You want to keep those variables to a minimum. All right, let's see. Decoder. What's up, D? My wife is pregnant and wants to start working out as well, but would you recommend she starts doing light level stuff like yoga, or should she avoid it altogether until she is no longer pregnant? You're just going to have to default to your doctor. You know, make sure obviously you take care of the baby and you're making sure you're doing everything that's going to keep the health of the baby. What I'm familiar with, like we have prenatal yoga in the yoga studio. We have prenatal yoga and we have postnatal yoga. So I would definitely recommend the yoga. Just, make sure she talks to her doctor. If there's any positions or things that she shouldn't be doing as an individual, make sure you abide by your doctor's recommendations. But from what I've experienced in terms of members and just my career clients and stuff, that if you've been exercising already, if you've been exercising up to like your pregnancy, you're usually able to continue as is, and taper off as you get into your later trimesters. But if you are adding a new stress, you got pregnant, and then all of a sudden you're going to start a brand new stress training, it could be a lot for the body because her body is already changing and adjusting and adapting and prioritizing the pregnancy. So the human body, she's designed to be taking care of the baby, not necessarily doing squats and lunges. Not that you were going to right away, but a new stress, adding that additional overload or that additional fresh stimulus could be too much. Usually you don't want to start a whole training protocol just because you got pregnant. It's something usually you continue if you're already doing it before, but it doesn't mean you can't do exercise. You would just want to make sure you talk to your doctor and, see if you can ease into and do light activity. In other words, she's not going to start a hardcore training protocol, which is not what you're asking. So usually yoga and stuff will be fine. Just check with the doctor and make sure like, hey, my wife wants to start practicing some light yoga just to moving. Is that okay? And they're like, oh yeah, it's fine. As long as, X, Y, and Z, blah, blah. That's usually what will happen. They'll tell you, if there's anything, hey, just avoid lying on your back, don't do any belly flops, stuff like that, all that good stuff.
Boom shakalaka!
Good one. Too soon? A little bit?
Come on, man.
All right. It happens. All right. Good stuff. Good question, D. Good question. All right, let's get into what we got here. We got some balls deep action. So, all right, questions. We're good. We just answered a lot of questions on TikTok, and we're coming up into some balls deep section. Sid, what's your opinion on working out while high? I don't know. If you smoke and you work out, do what's right for you, man. Let's see. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to go a little balls deep reminder. Hashtag Tainty Magooch for a chance to win today's Swole card. Fuck yeah. So hashtag Tainty Magooch for a chance to win today's Swole card. And now we're going to go balls deep because we got some awesome topics to talk about, especially with today's audio experience. So let's go deepy.
What's in the box?
Let's get in it.
That's deep.
All right. So today's post on the Swolenormous audio experience. Today's post, and this is the podcast. In case you don't know, in case you haven't subscribed, this white one, the Swolenormous audio experience. Yeah. So this is the podcast. A lot of delicious Swolosophy on it. So make sure you subscribe to that. That's one that I'm posting on. Second in frequency to the Daily Swole. So I'm usually uploading content almost every day on the Swolenormous audio experience, and I'm going to be doing a lot more of them. Just make sure you go and check that out. A lot of juicy nuggets there. So today posted one titled "The Argument Against Goal Setting," and I wanted to know your feedback. So in terms of the in terms of the argument against goal setting. So when it comes to goal setting, and I want to see your comments live so you can drop your thoughts down below as we go through some of these Swole fan posts. But when it comes to your goals, so you could drop that in the comments below. Do you have goals that you've set? Now, I think sometimes we set, I think generally people set goals. Either one, you're setting unrealistic goals, or two, people aren't setting goals that are long-term enough. And most people don't have the proper focus for long-term. So you need to extend your time horizon long. We're talking decades. And if you think long-term enough, no matter where you are in life, if you think long-term enough, it's going to give you the context as to what you need to do every day to get there. If you know what you want the outcome to be, overall, I'm not talking about details. I'm not talking about sitting there and put it on your vision board and just put it all on a big poster, put your Lamborghini, put the mansion, put all the girls, put all the planes and the boats. Not that stupid shit. That's materialist nonsense. Okay. That's worthless when it comes to happiness. But if you're thinking long-term enough, like, hey, let's talk about 7 pillars. If you want to live vibrantly, if you want to be healthy, not have diabetes, heart disease, you want to be able to touch your toes, see your dick, see your clit, you want to be walk upstairs, play with your kids, your grandkids, your great grandkids, whatever it is, you have that long-term. Okay. For me, that's the most important thing. I want to take care of my health. So what does that mean? I know what I need to do every single day. I know what I need to do today. I know what I need to do tomorrow. I know what I need to do the next day. I know what I need to do the day after that. I know what I need to do. I know what I need to do because that's what the outcome is going to be. I am going to be as healthy as I possibly can be. And you never know what's going to happen in the future, but I'm going to take the best care that I can with the knowledge, the information, the experience that I have to this point, and I'm going to execute daily. So that's going to be the outcome. Like, I already know what I need to do today. If I could have it instantly, that's what I would do. I'll eat healthy, boom, boom, I'll have results. Cool. Now just do that every day. So goals can be effective. Goals can be effective, but the problem is people think about goals, I think, improperly. And the goals are usually lose 50 pounds. The goals are, I want to lose 25 pounds. I want to lose 75 pounds. It's usually this flat fucking number, that just, it sounds nice. All right. You have this image that you remember, this vivid memory when you were 20 years old and you're in college and you remember stepping on a scale, looking down and being like, oh, I'm 125 or I'm 150. And like, it was a casual thing, but that image is burned into your head and has since become irrational. This number is like this fucking glowing aura that really means the memories of you wishing you were young and like, oh, I miss those days. You know, you're a grown ass adult. Like you have another 10, 20 years of life on you. You're not a fucking 19-year-old. Get over it. Like some people are literally holding on to this weight. This is what I weighed in college. Okay. Well, this is what I weighed when I was in 8th grade. What the fuck does that mean? You know, obviously you're much more of an adult as a college person as in 8th grade, but that weight isn't really accurate, especially if you start building muscle, if you start training properly. The weight is arbitrary. That's just a weight on a scale. If you're building muscle, the scale is going to show a higher number. The context and the perspective, the body fat percentage maybe, but even that can be a negative. So people ask me, hey, Papa Swolio, how much do you weigh? And I say, I don't know. And I legitimately, no shit. You all know this. I would tell you every time I weigh myself once every couple of years, I'm kind of around the low 190s. It just happens to be, 195, 194, 192. Probably depends on if I peed or took a shit or what time, because I don't have a scale here. So if I happen to be at someone's house or I am somewhere where there's a scale, I'll step on it. I just don't, I don't put too much thought behind it because I don't know if it's been calibrated. I've been drinking and eating or whatever it was. So it's just a number. It doesn't really matter. So that number doesn't tell me the composition. It doesn't tell me about my happiness or my peace. Doesn't tell me about my habits. It just says, okay, this is how much you're being pulled into the ground. But when you're building muscle, when you're changing your body fat percentage, obviously that weight might be the same, but you can have two different people or two people that look completely different. One has a body fat percentage of 10. The other has a body fat percentage of 35. They could be the same weight. One person's going to look morbidly obese. The other person will look ripped. But people get stuck with that with body fat percentages. It's because of all these fucking numbers. It's because of all the numbers. The numbers, people get locked into those numbers. If you're 17% body fat, what do people want to say? Hey man, I'm at 17. Like, how do I, what should I do with my macros? Should I up my carbohydrates or lower my carbs? Should I, everyone's like, hey, you should be carb cycling, man. Yeah, you should be carb cycling. They'll help you get your body fat percentage from 17 down to 15. It's like, who gives a fuck? If you're doing things properly, it'll go down. You'll get leaner. You'll have more energy. You'll feel better. You'll have lower inflammation. It's going to go down. Who cares what it says? Do you like what you see in the mirror? And do you like who you see in the mirror? Do you like the person that you see in the mirror? You got to like the fucking person, not just the way the shell looks. So it's great. It's great. Like, I love looking in the mirror and being leaner and feeling a good pump and seeing my veins. Cool. But that fluctuates from day to day. I look a lot different right now than when I'm fucking lifting outside in the sun. I'm sweaty. My veins are popping out. I have a sick pump. Yeah, I look a lot bigger, a lot more inflamed. It's just because the blood in my body is just jammed into those muscles that I'm training. Right now, blood's in my stomach, my intestines, my brain. It's everywhere else. It's all around the place because I'm parasympathetic. My body's just kind of cruising right now. But when you're exercising, like 80 to 90% of the blood in your body is in your muscle tissue. That's why you look fucking swollen. You have that transient hypertrophy. And then, cool, you look good with the pump, in the gym lighting, with the mirror. Like, wow, you look ripped. Everyone fucking does. You have some good lighting with that overhead light in the shower. You get out, your veins are trying to cool off, your blood's, body trying to cool itself off. You got that nice shower pump. You look in the mirror. Yeah, I'm looking fucking good. Yeah, it looks different when you're chill. It looks different when you're calm. And people that are looking absolutely yoked and veiny, like they just walked out of the gym, even when they're resting all the time, those are the people that are saucing. When you're taking anabolics, you look like you have a pump 24/7, like just ripping out, veins like goddamn Twizzlers. It's fucking obvious. Anyway, so goals have a downside. And I think more people have to ignore goals and stop thinking about fucking goals and start thinking about the journey, the process, your habits, your 7 pillars. Because you're focusing on that shit. The goal is good. You're going to get there. You're going to get to the goal. You're going to get to the end point. You're not going to get there. I want to lose 50 pounds, because once you get there, you're not going to be satisfied. That number it's not going to satisfy you. It's not going to make you happy. What next? Another number? Because then what's going to happen? You lose 50 pounds and what? Oh, I want to lose 5 more. I want to lose 10 more. Like, you can't lose indefinitely. What if you're at the perfect weight? What now? I'm going to do this now. I'm going to go for this. No, you need to focus on the other thing. You need to focus on the 7 pillars. Focus on your execution. Focus on your habits. Focus on what you're doing, your purpose for taking care of your health for the rest of your life. And that is your identity, who you are. And then those other little things like losing 50 pounds, like that's a little checkpoint. It's not a goal. It's like, I'm driving for that. That will come. It will come. All right. So let's take some comments. See what we got here. What's in the box? We got a couple great responses. So
What's in the box?
if you haven't yet sent me a Swole text, send that down. I want to take a couple posts. Let's see here. We got one from Jason. Let's read Jason's first. Jason says, that's definitely a good take. I like it. I feel you need a good, almost simplistic foundational goal that doesn't end, but not too generic, such as I want to be healthy. Well, what does healthy mean to you? To me, as long as you can figure that out, your why, then having smaller goals that help you constantly achieve it definitely helps, if that makes sense. I think it does. That's exactly right. If you know your purpose, if you know your why, if you know the reason why you're doing what you're doing, those little smaller checkpoints, you can call them goals. I just think that word goals, I think it's getting very, very used. It's used and it's ground down into a fucking powder. So you just have to think about it properly. It can still be a goal, but it shouldn't be like people lose like the losing 50 pounds as their end of the time. Like, hey, I'm going on a cruise. I need to lose 50 pounds. It's like, no, that's not your end point. That's bullshit. That's why I always hate those types of mentalities, because those are people that quit all the time. You're training just so you can fucking quit and go binge drink with your girlfriends for a week on a fucking boat. It's just a terrible goal to have, in my opinion. Jessica writes, guilty. I have done this over and over, and my problem always ends up being that I reach the end goal, then what? Maintenance is not a goal per se, so I lose drive because I was focused on the wrong thing to start with. Your program is helping me to approach health and wellness as more long-term habits executed daily. I appreciate the different focus, and it was refreshing to hear your take on these arbitrary goals. Well said. You kind of hit the nail on the head there. Summarizes it for me. Thank you, Jessica. Let's take a couple live comments. This one's from Rihanna. Goals are so warped, I've had to readdress how I look at goal setting, especially since we got our house. Realistic ones and long-term ones are better. Then you break it down. I agree. Marissa, well, a year ago, I was a new member. My goal was to be halfway at a goal weight in a year. However, I knew better. Didn't know COVID was hitting a week later. What the hell? Swole Fam is the best vaccine.
Yow.
That's right.
Yow.
The social distancing, right? Thank you, Marissa. Let's see here. Let's see. Anna Marisa. I used to want to fit into pre-pregnancy jeans after I had my daughter, but it wasn't going to happen. I was a 00 before. My hips widened and I put on muscle when I started lifting, and I'm happy with it. And a little lovey face. Indeed. Matthew. That's why it's important for me to stay in the moment, not the past, while I consider the future, knowing I need to adapt as I go. Long-term goals of better habits every day. Hashtag Tainty
Yow.
Magooch.
Yow.
Don't forget to wash where the sun don't shine.
That one just felt right. Thank you, Matt. Thank you for the comments. All right, let's take a couple more here. We got a couple good ones. We got one from Jillian. Jillian writes, I actually really needed that today. The scale isn't doing anything good, but I feel different and my photos look different. I am in a weight loss challenge with some friends, and these weigh-ins are fucking with my head. It's hard to ignore the scale or BMI online. Excuse me. Oh, that was nice.
The more you hate me, the more you will learn.
That was fire. Let's get some applause there. We'll pause on Jillian's. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a nice one. Ripped it. All right, it's hard to ignore the scale or BMI online. My BMI is astronomical, but based on old school measurements and math, it's not nearly as bad. It's all a mind fuck. Yeah, it definitely is. If you have more muscle mass, it's definitely less accurate. I mean, BMI is a general idea for people that are, that don't train, that don't take care of their health. It's just like a general outline. And it's actually fairly accurate. Usually if you have a high BMI and you're not lifting weights, it's a good sign that you're probably too wide for your height. But at the same time, if you're in, like Jillian, you're in the right place, you're focusing on your 7 pillars, your health, your nutrition, like you're in the right place. A lot of people that just hate on BMI, for example, not that you are, a lot of people that just hate on that are the ones that are trying to justify being unhealthy. They're trying to justify cheating all the time, eating crap foods, and justify being obese. And obviously that's a completely different weaponization of something that is just one tool to get an idea for people that are, taking care of, for people that just want to, move their agenda. All right, we got one from Justin. Justin writes, I think having goals is good as long as people have a healthy mindset. People don't think about the importance of investing in their health with training and nutrition. Rather, they just want to get that goal. I think the biggest problem people have the biggest problem people have is they have goals and they think it's too hard to do what it takes to reach those goals, so they don't even try. When it's really more important that they try and not as important to get to that specific end goal. There's getting there and staying there and finding out what comes next. Very smart, man. Smart. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, there's always another thing. That's the point. A lot of people have that one goal, that arbitrary number, whatever it is, a PR, this and the other, but they don't really know what the next thing is. The same thing happens with strength, with dudes or anyone, even chicks, but mostly guys are trying to bulk and, they're trying to hit that next PR. What happens when you squat? That's what I've always said, right? About how much can you do this? How much can you do this? Or, you could lift harder, or like, what's your max? It doesn't matter. Once you get to 315, let's say you could squat 315. What's next? 320, 325, 330, right? 335, 340, 350, 405. It keeps going. There's no end to it. There's no end to it. Now, of course, you just keep on getting stronger as you train harder. Obviously, the returns become much more minimal. But at the same time, there's also those diminishing returns. Like you keep on going, eventually something's going to break, or eventually you're going to peak and you're going to have to come back down. In other words, it's not the best focus for long term. Okay. That could be a component. You could love to lift heavy and get strong and train hard, but you have to have if you're thinking with a more macro long-term mindset, you really back off the heavy, ridiculous, absurd strength training, before you start really fucking your whole world up. I mean, that's what I've done. I still lift heavy, but I lift heavy relative to what's actually necessary to overload my body. I don't have to try to deadlift 500 pounds anymore. I've been there, done that. I'm just not interested in going to that fucking level. Maybe I will in the future. Maybe I will go back up and start training super heavy again, but I was deadlifting 315 the other day. Like, that's fine. I don't have to go too much heavier to go for my heavy strength days. Now, I've done posts recently about max reps. I usually only go maybe as low as 3 to 5 repetitions. I don't go any more than that in general for strength, just because submax is a lot safer. I can maintain much better form, and there's really no true benefit to me actually going to a 1 rep max. But that's just my personal preference, my take. But like I said, and like what Justin was saying here, if you expand your time horizon and you understand that just starting is what's going to get you leaps and bounds further forward. That's what's important. Just not even trying, I'm not going to get there. Well, of course you're not. If you don't even fucking move forward, of course you're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to get a mile if you don't take a step. And then you got to take 2 steps, right? If you want to lose 50 pounds, guess what? You got to lose 1, 2, 3, 4. But of course, there's other aspects to weight loss, and there's muscle tissue, there's skeletal tissue. It's not just fat. So that's why just going based on the scale without knowing composition is usually a no-no, not a good idea. You guys are crushing it. It was dead on. Absolutely dead on. All right. So now we went through all that stuff. We have something else that I want to talk about. All right. We have something else I want to talk about. Now, there's a few posts here, but I want to just talk about this topic. All right. I'm not going to read all this stuff here. So this is I believe this is from like the Daily Mail. This is something that popped into our awareness. So it says, over the weekend, Demi Lovato visited the Big Chill, which is an LA frozen yogurt shop. Apparently the store had sugar-free cookies and diet foods available. I love how those have quotes around them. According to Just Jared, the fuck is that? Demi called these out in her Instagram story. Quote, "Do better, please. Hashtag diet culture vultures," she wrote. Finding, and this is a Instagram story snapshot. It says, finding it extremely hard to order froyo from Big Chill when you have to walk past tons of sugar-free cookies and other diet foods before you get to the counter. Do better, please. Doing better coming from someone who's going to get frozen fucking yogurt, just to consume pure frozen sugar. You're just eating frozen sugar. Why? What are you complaining about? You're eating garbage junk food. Oh my God, they're making me feel bad about being a fat ass. Jesus Christ. How stupid is this?
Matt Damon.
How stupid is this? I don't know much about Demi Lovato, but I'm not a big fan of her face. Is what I've like determined.
I don't know what it is about your face, but I want to deliver one of these right in your suck hole.
Is there anything I can do to work on that?
No, not really. It's your face.
Like I don't follow any of her stuff, but I saw her face and like on the screen, I was like, oh, she looks like she eats a lot of froyo. Then the 28-year-old decided she would continue calling out marketing that, quote, not only enables but praises disordered eating. This is just more silly stuff. Don't make excuses, just do better. These are some private messages between her and the Big Chill. The company is going to like privately message her. We are not, the company writes, "We are not diet culture vultures. We cater to all of our customers' needs for the past 36 years. We are sorry you found this offensive." Mistake. Fuck these companies. God damn mistake. Don't apologize. I know they said we are sorry you found this offensive. Don't apologize. Don't say the word sorry. You can still answer that without saying those fucking words. Don't say you're sorry to these fucking absolute woke savages. I had another word I was going to say, but that was fine. They're not savages, but lunatics. So she responded, not just that, your service was terrible, so rude. The whole experience was triggering and awful. Oh my God. You can carry things for other people while also caring for another percentage of your customers who struggle daily just to even step foot in your door. I'm going to tell you this, just to step foot in your door, in your store. You can find a way to provide an inviting environment for all people with different needs, including eating disorders, one of the deadliest mental illnesses, only second to opioid overdoses. Don't make excuses, just do better. Don't go into a frozen yogurt shop if you have eating disorders. If you're going into a frozen yogurt shop, you have a certain type of eating disorder. You're eating junk food. You can justify, you might not look fat. You're taking your kids there. I get it. It's just sugar. You're consuming frozen fucking sugar. You can, I don't care what you think about that. It's just the truth. You're eating just frozen sugar. So you have that froyo, you wash it down with a soda, you go back and you eat some chips, right? I mean, people are just sucking down sugar and fucking carbs all the time. It's just different shapes of it. Every cookie, every Twinkie, every Oreo, it's just the same fucking sugar with different colorings and molds to make it look different. It's the same fucking shit. It's the same fucking shit. Anyway, you can carry things for other people while caring. What about the percentage of your customers who struggle daily just to even step foot in your store? They struggle daily because they have trouble walking. That's what happens when you're morbidly obese. Is this ridiculous? Like, if you're concerned about diet culture, then don't go to a frozen yogurt shop. Don't eat it's ice cream. Don't you love that shit? Frozen yogurt is the original politically correct fucking dessert. It's not ice cream. It's frozen yogurt. It's the same shit. It's the same fucking shit. If anything, it's worse because you're consuming more sugar rather than the fat. Oh, it's low fat froyo. Oh, okay. More sugar to compensate for it. Eating whole fat like ice cream is probably actually better than frozen yogurt. It probably is actually better for you because you're actually at least getting some fucking like fats there. And I'm not saying it's good for you. Just saying. It's ridiculous. I mean, I feel like everyone in the comments, everyone's like, apparently this chick does this stuff all the time. I don't follow anything that she says, except for this. I think I've probably covered stuff before, but I know she's popular. I don't know what she does. I don't know any of her songs. I mean, I probably heard them. I know nothing about her. I wouldn't recognize her on the side of the street. I really would not. Let's see. The sign above the treats. So this is a picture from her Instagram story. There's a couple screenshots. The sign above the treats reads, "Eat me guilt-free." Underneath, Demi added, "This screams diet culture. And I won't be gaslit by the media or anyone else that says otherwise." Gaslit. That's ironic. Talk about... I'm not even going to go. I'm not even going to say it. Let's see. Oh, so she offered some suggestions. Okay. She confessed that it can be hard to distinguish diet culture versus health needs. You're not getting health needs taken care of at a frozen yogurt shop. She writes, "I was thinking maybe it would help if you made it more clear that the sugar-free options and vegan options are for that." Vegan options, vegan junk food. Wow. Yeah. Go vegan. It's healthier. You're able to drink soda and be a vegan. Isn't that awesome? Labeling the snacks for celiac or diabetes or vegans. Yo, this isn't a nutrition store. It's a frozen yogurt place. Let them sell their crack to the customers. You can eat it, tons of fun, and then shut your mouth. When it's not super clear, the messaging gets confusing, and being in LA, it's really hard to distinguish diet culture versus health needs. I think clearer messaging would be more beneficial for everyone. You aren't wrong for catering to many different needs, but it's about not excluding one demographic to cater to others. So let's put one demographic on a pedestal, and every other demographic is wrong. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Sounds fucking
I got hairy legs.
familiar. Oh, Jesus Christ. Is that what she is? After all that, she posted an 8-minute video discussing the whole thing. You see, this is like real life. I'm sorry. This is real life shit posting. So not only do you need all those stories and a private conversation, you need an 8-minute video explaining that you're a moron. Interesting.
Matt Damon.
What a gunch. What a fucking gunch. Let's see. Bren, I used to eat frozen yogurt because it was, quote, better for you. All it did was give me the shits. So gross. Tainty magooch. Y'all. Goddamn.
Yow.
I hear you.
Yow.
I hear you. Anna, people think it's healthy, but then they top it with crushed cookies and candy bars and gummy worms. Yeah, it wasn't healthy to begin with. I mean, you cover it in all the candy. Let's see. Matthew, seems like most people just have disorders. Just have disorder. They just have a problem not being beaches and bouches. I agree. Sydney, with all the shit this beach has going on with drug addiction, you'd think she wouldn't have the time to be absurdly outraged by fucking frozen yogurt. Rihanna, yes, recovering alcoholics don't go to the bar or liquor store section. Porn addicts block access to it. Indeed, that's what you should be doing. Don't go to the frozen yogurt shop. Don't go to... Wouldn't that be easier, right? Wouldn't it be easier? Just don't go. Just don't go. Oh my God. Hey, welcome. We're eager to have you back, Ashton. Let's give a round of applause. Ashton saying that she believes she'll be coming back to the U.S. Hong Kong, right? Or is it Beijing? I fucking forget every time. Welcome back, or I hope you come back. We miss you. We miss you. Let's see. Rihanna, is it guilt-free if you don't feel guilt in the first place? Ooh.
Yow.
God damn.
He's on fire!
Woof. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Oh, Randy, banana bread is healthy because it has bananas in it. Very nice. The schnozberries taste like snozberries. Schnozberries, the snozberries.
What's your name, fat body?
Okay, all right. Enough fun. So awesome shit. All right, we got a Tainty Magooch card to give away, fam. I'm thinking we had some awesome, amazing, fantastic, ridiculous, off the charts, absolute fucking amazing man posts. And today's Swole card, we had a bunch of great ones, but this one is the defining of not being a biche and not being a boosh. And this one is absolutely, this was a great post. You can replay the episode and make sure you check this out, but this was absolutely fire. Before we get into the winner of today's Swole card, I do want to remind you all that to mark your calendars, I will be posting in the private Facebook group the rules. I wouldn't say so much the rules, but just kind of like a breakdown for those of you that might have missed yesterday's episode. But we do have our 5 years of Swole 5 years of Swole party. We have our 5-year anniversary, May 8th, 2021. So it's a Saturday. Hold on. Got a burp coming. Oh, nice. Oh.
What the hell kind of country is this where I can only hate a man if he's white?
That was good. That's good advice too. 5 years of Swole, May 8th, 2021. All right. 5 years of Swole, May 8th, 2021. And what we're going to do is you're going to submit your favorite timestamps, your favorite episodes, your favorite timestamp of that episode with your clip. So if there's like a minute or two, a rant or something, or a certain section, a certain thing that we did an episode, you can submit it and we'll put a mashup together and we will watch it together. We'll have like a little group throwback, a little group reminisce party, a little throwback Swole. All right. A little throwback Swole in this episode. So this will be on May 8th, 2021, 5 years of Swole. So keep an eye out. I will be posting that probably tomorrow. And then you can start submitting your timestamps of your favorite episodes, and we'll put that mashup together that we can watch. Now, I know a lot of you are eager to join the Swole fam if you're not yet joined already. Maybe none of you watching because you're already part of the Swole fam, but make sure you jump on the Summer Swole special, swolenormousx.com/summerswole for 3-month and annual options. The early bird special ends this week, so don't miss out on that. You do not want to miss out on that because now's the time to fucking join. Oh, and I don't have that thumbnail right here, but Thursday, I'm talking about that on May 8th, Thursday. Actually, I might be able to bring it up. Maybe I can. It's going to be right here. Dun, 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 dun. Can I open that? Is that going to be... Hey, it opened. All right. I wasn't sure if I closed something out here. This Thursday at 8 p.m., we have our live masterclass. So this is a Swole TV live event, Daily Swole 1812. So that'll be Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. We will go over some awesome Swole fan posts, and then we will go into some muscle masterclass. We're going to go over a few muscles, go over the origins, insertions, actions, and what exercises you can do to target those areas. So we'll be doing that on Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. That's episode 1812 Thursday, this Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So of course, if you're unable to make it, please make it, because you got to be watching live. If you want a chance to win the cards and you want to get in all the amazing masterclass action. So make sure you are subscribed to the Swole fam. You can join swolenormousx.com/summerswole, because that's where the Summer Swole specials are. But all memberships, you get started for less than $5, but all memberships will get access to all the live events. So you'll be able to enjoy with everyone. And of course, these will be uploaded into Swole TV and the masterclass section afterwards. But make sure you show up live so you can ask questions, and we're going to go over a lot of cool stuff. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun live event for members only. So if you've been thinking about joining the fam, now's the time to do it. Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Fucking awesome. Now, of course, we have a lot of amazing Swole fan posts, and I could literally pick any single one for the ones that I mentioned. But this was what I kind of called at the beginning. This is a very, very important post. And I do want to, I want to announce, and I do want, in terms of Tainty Magooch, what's important about the Tainty Magooch card, the Tainty Tuesday, is to not be a biche, right? Don't be a biche, don't be a boosh, or you'll end up like Tainty Magooch. You know the phrase. Now, the reason for that is you need to handle your shit, right? You need to get your shit done. You have tasks at hand. They're right here, the 7 pillars. You need to execute on those every day. So what do you have to do? You have to weather the storm. You have to keep your eye on the North Star. You have to stay focused. You have to keep your bearings right. And what do? You keep your head down. You get the shit that you can control done. And today's Swole card, congratulations, goes to Jared. So congratulations, Jared. And we had a lot of great posts. I do want to give, usually we go live for people winners, Ricardo, super stoked. I know a lot of you are saying, oh, Ricardo, but I think Jared, this card is for you, because you are not a biche, you're not a boosh, and you ain't no Tainty Magooch. That's for damn sure. So this is a reminder that going through your dog passing, your stepfather, your girlfriend, I mean, talk about like boom, 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 one after the other. But just this last part that I just want to reiterate here, that what hasn't ceased throughout this past month is my health habits and routines. Now more than ever, the discipline and consistency that I've been practicing have been more paramount than ever when it comes to my training, nutrition, recovery, and most importantly, meditation. And of course, look, a full-time college student with 2 part-time jobs, playing drums in a band. And it says right here, hasn't been super plugged in because spends most of his day doing instead of posting, which is great. You should be out doing. And I love it when you guys post. And of course I want you here every single episode. But hey, I couldn't make the live stream because I was making sick fucking gains. Hey, I was cooking dinner, eating some grass-fed beef, or having, a family meal with, obviously with my family, or I was going for a walk. And I want you to go do. I want you to execute. And okay, I'm going to be here. The podcast is going to be here. You can catch the replay. Yeah, the live experience is the tits, but you're executing. You're doing what you need to do, and that's what's important. And what I do like here that Jared says, going to start making this more of a regular part of his routine, and that's what comes down to. If your community is shitty, or you're having trouble with it, or your community left you, right? Like you're breaking up with your girl, you lost your dog, and that's horrible. I mean, I'm gonna have to deal with that with Papa Swolio, hopefully later rather than sooner, but it's going to come a time, and it's going to be heartbreaking, but you got to move forward. And this is a great example of doing that. So definitely make sure that you all go and comment on this post, everyone. Everyone. Make sure you go and comment on Jared's post. Please make sure you go comment on Jared's post and let Jared know that he won today's Swole card. Email us, jaredsupport@swolenormous.com, Swole card 1810 in the subject, and your mailing address in the body of the email. Yow. Fucking awesome. Yow.
Fucking Catalina one.
It's the fucking Catalina one.
This is for you, Jared.
And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again.
Oh, we got to end with that. Give everyone nightmares. Okay, Jared, congratulations, everyone. Make sure you go and post. Make sure you go and post on his, on that, make sure you respond to his post and drop in the comments. Let Jared know that he won today's Swole card in case Jared didn't listen to today's episode, but much respect, much love. But we got a nut to bust, fam. Make sure you're checking out the Swole fam, swolenormousx.com/summerswirl. You're going to love that shit. Let us close this fucking nut up. Come on, Beesh. Come on, Beesh. What we got here? Falcon, come say hi. Falcon. Yes. Hey, Jared. Falcon's like, Jared. Summons a Falcon. That's right.
I got hairy legs.
Oh yeah, baby. That's a sexy beach. Oh, that's nice.
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
Facts on facts on facts.
We choose truth over facts.
Oh, do you now? I choose facts over truth. Motherfucker. Mm-hmm. Nailed it.
He's on fire.
Ow, I hit myself in the fucking head. God damn it.
Matt Damon.
We're fine. We got it. What a save. What a save. Come on, man. Sorry, Grandpa. Oh, my goodness. All right. Woo. Oh, man. It's getting hot in here. It's getting a little bit hot. I got to go ice off these nips. And actually, I'm going to go do some yin. Mama Swole and I are going to go do some yin. We're going to cool down, going to shut down. And then tomorrow, I get to do it all again. So go get that evening swolga going on, fam. Go do some yin. Go do some brain gains. And I'll see you all tomorrow for episode 1811 of the most muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gaincast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleazecast, and Slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex. We all flex our biceps. Jesus Christ, Falcon. Like, I'm almost done. We'll see you tomorrow, fam. Peace, McGee. Deuce, Magoose, your boy, Papa Swolio. Oh. Out.
crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing, like an IPO trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I gift rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans, I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they can't left and they so mad, it's like
then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
that's a bed that you made, that's a bed that you made, that's a bed that you made, that's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, yeah. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. Our topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element, no ollies.